Miss Denise at Something Beautiful Handcrafts, and here I am with Pleasant Company Addie, and I am working on the Civil War dress, and I believe this pattern is by Pemberley Threads. Um, if it's not by Pemberley Threads, I'll mark it uh, in the comments. And so I know I said that I was going to do a little more step by step, and I kind of forgot. I had cut this out a couple weeks ago, and I've been working on some yarn spinning for a project I need to get done. So I just picked this up the other day in the evening, and I've been hand stitching it together in the evenings while I've been relaxing. So I haven't been filming any of it. So here I am now piecing it together. Got the pins in it for the collar. And just wanted to make this little teeny short video to talk about adjusting the patterns for Pleasant Company dolls. Now, most of the patterns that I've seen, the Keeper's Dolly Duds, Pixie Fair, Once Thimbles and Acorns, Pemberley Threads, I think I got all the major ones, Anna Van Doren. Most of these that I've seen so far have been made for the American Girl dolls, the newer ones. And so, as you know, the Pleasant Company dolls have different dimensions than the American Girl ones. Now, it may not seem like a lot. For the most part, using 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 inch, and there's a little difference in the hand shape, but it's enough to keep items from fitting properly. So I know there was some question about, maybe not using these patterns if you have Pleasant Company because they won't fit. In my case, I just make adjustments to the patterns, and that's actually not as hard as you may think. There's more than one way to make an adjustment. Well, first you could restuff the doll, take out stuffing, which I don't really want to do. The second thing you can do is enlarge the pattern on the computer. So there was a website I found, and when I find it again, I will link it, where you put in the measurements of the doll and you do the measurements versus the measurements that you need. So let's say you were sizing up from a 14-inch doll to an 18-inch doll, and it would tell you what this percentage scale up would be for the printer. Or it would have like a little mathematical equation. It's not really hard math. And you would say you would go from maybe 11.5 inches divided by 12.5 inches, or to whatever the two different measurements are. It'll give you a decimal. Then you take that decimal and you multiply it by something, and it'll give you a percentage. So it'll say if you are printing at 100%, print at 106%. Or print at 115%, or whatever it is that scales up the pattern for that particular doll. There you go. You could take the pattern and test the pattern on the doll, and then you could just add the extra around the perimeter of the pattern yourself and scale that pattern up. If you know that the arm of the Pleasant Company doll is a 1/4 inch or maybe 1/8 of an inch thicker, you would just add 1/8 of an inch around the perimeter of the pattern and then cut that larger size pattern if you don't want to do the mathematical calculations. What I normally do, which is the easiest thing to do, is to scant the seam allowance. Now, what exactly does it mean to scant the seam allowance? What it means is that normally most patterns have a 1/4 seam allowance. So I cheat the seams. Instead of doing them at 1/4, I would do them a little less than 1/4. And by doing that all the way around the pattern, I gain 1/8 of an inch in places, which is enough when I put the pattern together in order to have the seams in the appropriate places so that it closes or wraps around the limb. And that's pretty much what I've been doing, is just cheating the schemes, the seams, or calling it scanting the seams. That's what it's called. Now, in this particular construction, after I scanted the seams, there is a fold over here for the back flap. And basically what I would do is just cheat this edge too. The pattern calls for a certain width that you fold over, and so I just would reduce that to make sure that the garment closes in the back the appropriate way. Okay, that's it for today. I just wanted to put that out there for people who are using these patterns with their Pleasant Company dolls and have some concerns about the patterns not quite fitting. It's just a quick and easy way to make adjustments to your patterns to fit your individual dolls. I also want to encourage you to measure each and every one of your dolls. I made little cards based on the Liberty Jane's doll that has all the measurements on it. And so each of my dolls gets measured because they really are not quite all of the same proportions. I noticed that the kit I have that is Pleasant Company stamped is of a bigger proportion than my other American Girl dolls, even though technically she is American Girl, not Pleasant Company. And some of the American Girl dolls, like the Kirsten, was able to fit into the 35th anniversary Kirsten's gown without any problems. But when I tried the Molly dress, which I made for Molly McIntyre, on number 46, it was definitely way too big. So the dolls are going to have some variations, and for the most part I am making these outfits with the intention for each individual doll that I'm making them in. So there's still not a guarantee that they are going to fit all the way across every doll that I have. And that's okay, as long as for the most part they fit in general, all the Pleasant Company dolls, and that the ones for the American Girl dolls fit all of the American Girl dolls. And there are a few places where I can make a crossover where the outfits will fit both the Pleasant Company and the American Girl doll, depending on the pretty much century and decade that I'm working with. Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, like and subscribe. Press the notifications. Leave a comment and share this video. Have a great day.